Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einem weiteren Let's Show. Ihr seht gerade nichts, weil das Hauptmenü sich auf einmal nicht mehr aufnehmen lässt von dem Spiel The Journeyman Project 3 Legacy of Time. Ich werde jetzt erstmal das erste Video anmachen. Ich habe jetzt sage und schreibe 1 Stunde gebraucht, um dieses Spiel zum Laufen zu kriegen.
La 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 la! I can't hear you. I'm not listening.
If you hadn't infected my suit, we wouldn't be stranded here in this
I
forsaken...
object to the term infected. Some of my best friends are viruses. I prefer the term select.
Get the hell out of my suit, you annoying little bug.
That's Mr. Little Bug to you. And I would love to leave this rapidly ripening Robbie the Robot fat suit, Miss Au Natural, but it appears that we are stuck with each other. Besides, there's nothing stopping you from leaving my suit.
Actually, Arthur, that's not a bad idea.
What are you doing? You took me serious. You're not supposed to do that. You'll be unprotected. Don't drink the water!
Commander, I'm receiving a priority message from Frontier Outpost Helm.
On main screen.
The vessel has ignored all hailing attempts. All electronic systems were disrupted when it arrived. Our station is beginning to drift. Any symbiotory ships within this sector, please assist.
Can we make it there in time?
No, sir, we're too far. Scanners indicate that there's a large vessel next to the outpost. Wait. Commander, I'm detecting a huge displacement wave emanating from the space around the vessel.
Oh Lord, it must be thousands.
There are more ships appearing on the border.
All systems are shorting out. Energy levels are up. Escape!
Outpost Helm, this is a science vessel Oracle. Please respond. Can you hear me? Helm, this is a science vessel Oracle. Please respond. Are you reading me? Please respond. Helm, this is a science vessel Oracle. Can you respond? Do you hear me?
They have returned.
So. Wie ihr gerade gemerkt habt, das Spiel ist auf Englisch. Ich wollte es eigentlich auf Deutsch haben. Aber da meine originalen CDs nicht mehr funktionieren und ich das jetzt über GOG gekauft und runtergeladen habe, passiert. Entschuldigt. Es war ganz schön anstrengend, das Spiel zum Laufen zu bekommen. Also das Spiel ist von 1998. Ich habe es damals mit meinem Vater immer zusammen gespielt. Und ich glaube, wir haben das nach 1,5, 2 Jahren das erste Mal durchgespielt, nachdem wir es angefangen haben. Weil wir einfach zu doof waren, ganz ehrlich. Aber ich zeige euch jetzt mal, was meine Überlegungen in der Kindheit so ausgemacht haben.
Remove the power cores.
But sir...
You have your orders, Dalton. Hold it, Will.
Agent Blackwood. The decree was just handed down from the Earthworld Senate.
We can't just shut everything down. This is insanity. We have a responsibility to safeguard history, Commissioner.
The responsibility has been revoked. All time travel operation has been suspended. Gage, this comes from higher up.
What about Agent 3? She's still out there hiding in the stream. We already know what she's capable of. We can't shut down TSA with her at large.
The Agent 3 case has been closed. There's no evidence she's survived. We've scoured the time stream for a month and turned up nothing. She's gone, Gage.
She knows exactly how we coordinate pursuit missions. With her training, she could easily be avoiding detection. We're making a tragic mistake, Jack.
I have orders to deliver all jumpsuit cores to the World Senate. I will appeal there and fight this with all my influence. Until I settle this, I need you to uphold the suspension and take command of the TSA. Can I count on you, Gage?
Yes, sir.
Elliot, your fears have been confirmed. The cold Valas have returned.
Oh, I should have told him more when he came. Now my people, my planet, are in terrible danger. Old friend, I need you to do something for me.
Goodbye, old friend. May you find peace at last.
One thing I didn't tell you, Gage. You're gonna have to do the rest without me. I'm the virus. Thanks for the adventure. I'll see you on the other side.
What's going on? What did you do? What did you do?
What are you still doing here, Gage?
I was hoping to jog some memories of this. It's strange. I don't remember anything of Arthur.
It's not strange at all. You were mind-wiped. Those synapses, those memories are gone. Those events had to be selectively erased.
I know I shouldn't remember him, but I feel an absence I can't explain. When Agent 3 captured me, Arthur sacrificed himself to save my life. From these logs, I can tell we endured a lot together. I can't recall a single moment.
That's it. She just hooked up the pipeline I needed. I'm gonna swim up and see if I can stop her.
Good, you're awake. Don't bother trying
Gage,
to
you gotta
make
see
your
this.
suits disabled. I've got
Fallon Prison. It was only 10 years ago today that his plot to assassinate the Cyrolan delegate during Earth's induction into the symbiotree was thwarted by the heroics of Gage Blackwood, Agent 5 of the Temporal Security Agency. Sinclair will be remembered as both the greatest scientist of our time and as the greatest threat to Earth's history. Once again, Dr. Elliot Sinclair, the father of time travel, has died at Vega Fallon Prison.
Not now!
I've pinpointed the rip. Origin Mediterranean, 1262 BC. It's caused a... Gage, there's a temporal distortion wave heading towards the present and it's amplifying exponentially.
Agent 3, she's finally made her move now. The TSA is completely crippled. Will, you have to install a new core for my suit.
Commissioner Baldwin took all the cores. We don't have time to construct a new one.
There must be something. What about reactivating the Pegasus device?
That old time machine? Not a chance. It's been shelved for years. Gage, we're suspended. We don't have many options.
Forget the suspension, Will. That wave will rewrite history. There must be a way to stop it. You're hiding something from me. Damn it, Will. Tell me how to go back while there's still time.
There's one very dangerous possibility. Follow me. I'm not supposed to show this, even to you. But under the circumstances, well, here it is. The chameleon jumpsuit.
How long have you been keeping a secret from me?
I began working on the prototype about a year ago. It utilizes holotechnology, allowing an agent to assume any virtual disguise in its database. It was intended for your deep time research unit.
Someone performed a stream dive with it?
You'd be the first, but I suppose that's nothing new. Gage, if you go, Commissioner Baldwin may never grant you another command again, or worse.
Baldwin knows it's my job to preserve history, Will. He'll understand. If he doesn't, then I guess I'll be cellmates with Agent 3 when I get back.
All right. There's no time for a full diagnostic, but I need to see if the chameleon system works. You should now see a display within your helmet. Move your cursor over me. Use it to capture my image. Hurry. Good. Now my image is in your image database. Remember, you can only assume a form that is native to a time zone, which means you'll have to capture someone else's form when you're in the past. Also, you'll need to know how to initiate a temporal jump. There's a display at the top of the helmet that shows the date and the current time zone. Activate that and choose a location. You should only have one, the source of the distortion wave at 1262 BC. That's it. The rest is up to you. Good luck, Gage.
Und damit beginnt mein episches Abenteuer. Ich werde im Übrigen längere Laufsequenzen überspringen. Weil wie ihr seht, man schaut sich mit der linken Maustaste um, wenn man gedrückt hält. Man hat die Maus so erstmal. Genau. Das wollte ich jetzt umstellen. Line Doubling, weil die Teile haben doch ganz schön... Wow, nope. Nope, nope, nope. In der Aufnahme war das ja jetzt total für den Arsch. Weil die ganzen Sequenzen mit dem Laufen gehen so. Im Intro haben wir eigentlich gesehen... Nee, stimmt, hier ist gar kein Weg rein. Aber der stand andersrum.
Gage, remember the smooth, sultry voice? It's me, Arthur! The Robin to your Batman, the Jekyll to your Heckle, the Thing to your Thing. Why the long face? You remember me, right? Dimples! Remember the... From your blank stare, I would say that you don't. Oh well, I'm not hurt. But if you don't mind, I'm gonna take a look around and make myself at home. While I'm checking things out, I have a message from your pen pal. Agent 3? Yes, Miss Joy. She left it for whoever found the suit.
My jumpsuit's the cause of the distortion wave. Once Arthur sends it to the TSA, the crisis will be over. I know everyone believes I'm a traitor, and I can't change that now. But what I have discovered is so incredible that I'm willing to turn myself in. But I can't risk being imprisoned before my discovery's investigated. So, you will follow my trail and see what I have seen. I have hidden 3 pieces of a time code that will lead you right to me. The first code piece is hidden in this environment, not far from here. Arthur has the coordinates for the other 2 time zones. You will soon figure out why I placed the codes where I did. In 2 of the environments, you want to go to the highest vantage point, but in the other, go to the lowest. I implore you, keep your eyes and your mind open, and remember that your first duty is to history.
The good news is, I know why you don't know me. The bad news is, you were mind-wiped. 2 months ago, you were taken from the past to help save your neck in the future. Together, we stopped Agent 3's plot to frame you. But I got zapped into the time stream with her in the process. Once your name was cleared, the TSA sent you back to your own time without any memory of the adventure, so you don't remember me. But we're back now. Together, we'll find Agent 3 and bring her back alive. Oh, this will be more exciting than a pair of pants full of geckos.
Ich liebe Arthur. Die KI ist einfach...
Just like before, I'll display icons for you to talk with me. If I have a comment, the thought icon will illuminate. If you want my sage advice, check the light bulb and see if I have any help. Oh, and I took the liberty of moving into the old translator biochip. So, I'll be your universal translator now. The new coordinates are in your jump menu. Lead on, Gage. According to history, this uncharted island never existed. However, we are relatively close to Thera, an island that erupted in a huge volcanic explosion a few hundred years ago. The crater it left became the island of Santorini.
Arthur hat einige gute Sprüche drauf und auch wirklich super interessante Sachen. Auf Deutsch kommen sie natürlich etwas anders rüber, aber auch genauso geil. Leider habe ich es jetzt nicht auf Deutsch.
The destruction of Thera had far-reaching consequences. From about 1950 to 1450 BC, the Minoans of Crete ruled the Mediterranean during the golden age of their civilization. When Thera erupted around 1450 BC, volcanic ash from 70 miles away covered Crete, while tidal waves flooded the island cities, wiping out the great Minoan nation. It was later proposed by archaeologists that the lost continent of Atlantis could have shared the same fate. That derelict boat seems to be in a hurry to leave the island. Hold on, there's somebody on that boat. He looks familiar. Call me time-space happy, but I swear that's Dr. Elliot Sinclair, the scientist who invented time travel. The guy you put away for 10 to 20 at Vega Thalin. He could be Sinclair's distant cousin. And you know what that means. Baldness is hereditary. That rope ladder is like one of your modern ladders in many respects, only more rope-like. Before I cleverly ditched that annoying Agent 3, I did see some of this island. I recognized that windmill. Maybe if we explore more, we can figure out what the dickens is going on. That building was not dilapidated from natural erosion. I would say that it looks freshly smashed. Who would have it in for a windmill?
Entschuldigung, ich kenne die ganzen Rätsel noch auswendig.
Oh no, the stairs are wasted. My parents are gonna be pissed. The technology that drives this windmill is at least 2 centuries before its time. From what I can tell, power generated by the central shaft gets transferred to that diagonal shaft. leading me to believe that this windmill is actually a wind pump designed to move water. Why, I don't know. This island isn't deserted, it's been attacked. Something destroyed the city's seawalls and flooded it.
Ooh.
That Cyrolan ship completely leveled that building. But the Cyrolans are supposed to be the good guys. The founders of the symbiotree. Why would our allies attack? We need to get to the bottom of this. Let me check out the time code. The time code you found is 1/3 of a temporal coordinate. With the other two pieces, I can triangulate Agent 3's location.
Well, you found one of the codes. I assume I have your interest piqued. Now, find the other pieces. There's still much more to see.
The nerve of her. Coming in here, taking over my space. Next thing you know, she'll be cleaning up my workbench. We're in a null time pocket, Gage. If this place was a verb, it would be regurgitate. Agent 3 and I discovered it when we were thrown into the time stream. Not a terribly exciting place to honeymoon, but I figured it was safer than where we just were. Gage, I think you're good for about 900 more flushes. Gage, help! We're trapped inside your screensaver!
Ich liebe ihn so sehr. Und schon sind wir in den Anden. 29.01.524 Anno Domini. Also nach Christus.
Either Agent 3 has sent us to languish in a deep well, or we shrank into your turtleneck. Help! I'm feeling claustrophobic! But that can't be. I live in your helmet. Maybe I'm Santa claustrophobic. The fear of getting stuck in chimney-shaped wells? Maybe we could use that rope and bucket to send a message to the surface. Something like, help us, we're new to this time-traveling thing, or please fill the well with stairs. If this is a well, then one of my wishes is to be in a bigger well. If this is a... Next time we vacation in the past, I'll bring my swim trunks. So what's next? Bungee jumping off the pyramids? Bull leaping in Crete? Did you hear that noise? Sounds like there's some kind of commotion going on in the distance. Whatever tore through here seemed intent on breaking and scorching everything. From what I can tell of the remains, the former culture was very advanced, and judging from the shape of this plateau, they mastered terrace farming techniques. Although they probably should have put more time into the fire department.
Dieser Bereich wird uns hinterher nochmal entgegenkommen im Spiel. Das ganze Spiel dreht sich nur um diese 3 Zeitperioden, in denen wir sind. Einmal die Anden. Im ersten waren wir in Atlantis.
How typical. Every time we go to a theme park, all the good rides are closed. For once, I'm at a loss for words. I can't think of a reason why those piñatas are here. Pre-Columbian South American cultures were never really known to be avid balloonists. But then again, according to my knowledge of this time period, there was no record for this civilization. The balloon closer to the ground appears to have been damaged. I can see that the higher balloon appears to be in better shape. It has an attached gondola. With the attached baskets, the natives could have used these balloons for transport. Not exactly the prettiest balloon, but it definitely maybe should fly. Oh my kidding, this baby's going down. Well, why don't you go up first, Gage, and I'll go find a shovel and dig your early grave. Do you hear a hissing noise? Yes, I'm quite aware of how annoying that is.
Ich glaube, der Sprecher hatte so viel Spaß beim Sprechen seiner Texte.
Now try not to think about the height, Gage. We're only 100 feet up. Just breathe deeply and sob into the in-flight magazine. And here we are in the skies, risking our very lives, waiting to observe disgusting mating patterns of the South American wallow swallow. Hubba hubba. You know, being up this high in a hastily constructed, barely navigable flying balloon, and knowing that you've never had a flying lesson, really puts things in perspective, Gage. I found that being hundreds of feet in the air makes me twice as frightened. Newcomer Gage Blackwood has roped a wild air balloon in under 6 seconds. That makes him our new rodeo grand champion.
So geil.
There were 2 different alien groups fighting over that city. I recognized a Cyrolan ship, but I have no idea who those other vessels belong to. Maybe Agent 3 can explain more when we find her. Let's look at this time code. Nice work, Gage. I'm computing the second piece now. Looks like she's pretty far. How can I tell you in terms you would understand? You know how long it takes to find humor in a Gallagher show? Well, in time-space terms, she's 1,000 Gallagher shows away. That third piece is essential to the coordinate. We need it if we want any chance to find her.
Excellent. By now you understand the importance of my discovery. Go to the last environment. The final code piece will lead you right to my position.
If she does that one more time, I'm putting up a sign that says no girl time agents allowed.
Wo ich gerade stehen geblieben bin. Dieses ganze Spiel spielt sich in diesen 3 Gebieten ab. Atlantis, Anden und Himalaya.
Gage, this is your colon. Eat more, Bran. The whole space-time continuum concept is actually quite simple. You see, Gage, space and time are actually just floating along in a big lava lamp.
Oh Mann.
It's cold. I think we just arrived on Agent 3's shoulder. From the state of things, we just missed the avalanche that tore through this building. Would it be improper for an artificial intelligence to go sledding? Just one hill, Gage. Come on, it's the Himalayas. If we invent the toboggan centuries before its time, we could sell them to local Tibetans and be gazillionaires in the future. Abusing time travel how? Oh, I suppose you want to save the world. What about our needs? Oh my, Gage. That poor man in the snow is dead. The destruction caused by this avalanche was complete. I doubt there were any survivors.
Ja, ja, und dann gibt's auch solche Szenen. Man sieht tote Menschen. Oh mein Gott. Aber das ist, glaube ich, der einzige, den man sieht. Wenn ich mich zumindest recht entsinne. Nee, da war nichts.
I feel like yodeling.
Woher kommt mir aber Arthurs Stimme bekannt vor? Bin ich die ganze Zeit am Überlegen. Irgendwo habe ich sie gehört in letzter Zeit.
Ow! I think I was sitting on my keys.
Also das wird hier komplett zerstört.
Just think, if we were in the Magic Kingdom, this would be Tragedy Land. In case of an emergency, please exit the building over the escape Buddha in an orderly fashion.
Escape Buddha, ja. Genau, hier war eigentlich nichts mehr.
Uh-oh, Sir Rollins. They look like they mean business. What could they be searching for here? Uh-oh. Gage, if we don't leave now, the master of the flying guillotine will finish us in a split second.
Fliegende Guillotine. Yay.
We've got her! Computing her position now. According to these coordinates, Agent 3 is hiding 14 days before your present time on a different planet. Possibly Jupiter or Saturn. Okay, I have her position now. Be ready for anything, Gage.
Now you know that aliens destroyed Atlantis, Shangri-La, and El Dorado. Imagine how history would have been different if those cities were spared. The TSA must know of our discovery. With the last timepiece, you should have the coordinate for my position. I will be waiting.
Oh, das oben und unten sollte eigentlich nicht mehr angezeigt werden.
Gage, I didn't think the TSA would send you. How can you ignore what I've shown you? Think of your duty to history.
What would you know about duty? You're coming with me now.
Wait, before you arrest me. There's someone here who may convince you further.
Why do you plague me in my final moments? You took away my lab, my life.
Dr. Sinclair, I saw you in the past. Fleeing the destruction of Atlantis. What were you doing there?
Atlantis! You saw its destruction. Then you know that the most beautiful city in history was destroyed by our benevolent protectors.
Yes, I saw it all, Elliot. But why did the Sorolans attack? They were allies.
They razed Atlantis. It was an unrelenting fire. When the Sorolans came back 10 years ago, I tried to warn Earth, and nobody would listen. And I was imprisoned by you for my foresight.
I need to know more. Who were the Sorolans fighting?
Long ago, I believed in higher powers. I took it as my purpose to heal and shepherd the world. But the world turned its back on me. And this is my reward for a lifetime of faith. Goodbye, Agent Blackwood.
Elliot.
Can anyone around here follow orders? William, the chameleon prototype was top secret. You're in this just as deep as Gage is. You can't imagine the trouble you've caused us. Lock her up! I should throw you in with Agent 3 for insubordination. But the truth is, I need you. We're in the middle of a crisis. The Breaker Quadrant was attacked only hours ago.
What? There hasn't been an attack on the Symbiotry in decades. Do we know who?
We haven't been able to identify the ships. They smashed through our frontier outpost. They're on an intercept course for Earth. The Sorolans have cautioned us to ready our planetary defenses, and are here to offer their support and counsel.
Gage Blackwood, I am Gisela, the Sorolan ambassador to Earth. In this time of crisis, we have come to ask you for your aid.
Those same ships have been on Earth before! They were fighting your people, Ambassador! Gage, tell them what you saw!
Hell, is she still here? Get her out of my sight!
Agent 3 is right. While I was in the past, I saw a craft similar to that one battling Sorolan ships. I was in Atlantis, Ambassador. I know what your race did.
What the hell are you talking about, Gage?
Be calm, Commissioner Baldwin. My government has never permitted me to admit this. In your distant past, we defended your planet against a savage race, the Quothalas. When my race was young, an elder race called the Sosequi had already passed. They left only whispered legends of their legacy, a relic that contained their vast knowledge. A trail of legends led us to Earth, and it was at Atlantis that we met the Quothalas. After words of peace failed. We both fought with a frightening passion for our birthright. When one of the Quothalas ships landed near the temple, we had no choice but to destroy the city. We still believe that action saved your world, and many others.
Your quest for the legacy has resulted in the destruction of 3 civilizations from our history.
The Quothalas were butchers! We saved your Earth from enslavement!
After the destruction of Atlantis, we battled the Quothalas hordes for centuries. Twice more during your history, the Legacy's influence resurfaced in the form of 2 highly advanced human cultures. Sadly, each of the cities were destroyed in brutal battles. After the third city fell, we were able to crush the Quotha. We assumed they were gone forever.
Commissioner, I'm receiving a message from deep space.
Earth. You must turn over the legacy in time travel technology, the birthright of the Quotha. If you do not, there will be dire consequences.
The situation is desperate. The Symbiotree defense fleet is scattered, and the Quotha Armada more formidable than ever. That is why we have come here. With the legacy, we may be able to stop the Quotha. Without it, the Symbiotree might not be able to protect Earth this time.
You need us for our time travel technology. You're asking us to go back to the cities before their destruction to search for this legacy.
Let me go back, Commissioner. I've been to the cities. I can find this legacy. At the very least, it will give the Earth a bargaining chip with the Quotha.
You wouldn't even know where to start looking.
In each of the cities, the attacks seem concentrated over the central temples. The legacy may be hidden in one of them.
Doesn't look as though we have much of a choice. But this is going to happen our way, Ambassador. This will be an Earth investigation only. The Earth government will be made aware of everything you've disclosed.
My government should not have kept this from you for so long. I hope this will not hurt the kinship between Cyril and Earth.
Very well, Gage. I'm sending you on a mission to search for this legacy.
William, program 3 jump coordinates to each of the 3 cities approximately 1 day before they will be destroyed.
They should be uploading to your suit in a moment.
How will I know this legacy when I see it?
All of the Cyrolan legends describing the legacy are vague. This pendant is an ancient Sosequi relic that our archaeologists discovered on another planet. We believe this symbol is a Sosequi marking that represents their legacy. The true legacy might also bear this mark. Good fortune, Agent Blackwood.
Und damit beginnt unsere eigentliche Mission. Dieses Legacy zu finden. Also das Vermächtnis.
Meanwhile, back at the Batcave... Gage, tell me honestly, you're really the only guy that works here, right?
Nein. So. Wir können jetzt wieder zurück nach Atlantis. 5. Oktober. Zurück in die Anden, 28. Januar und in den Himalaya, 14. April. Da es relativ egal ist und wir zwischen den Sachen sogar noch springen müssen, gehe ich erstmal in die Anden. Es sieht alles so schön aus.
Agent 3 said this city was El Dorado, the fabled lost city of gold. The legend of El Dorado grew after the conquistadors came to Peru in 1530 to plunder the Incan Empire. Driven by rumors of a gilded city whose roads were lined with gold, New World conquerors continued to ravage the continent of South America after the genocide of the Incas. According to history, the name El Dorado was coined by Sebastian de Belalcazar in 1535. A veteran of the Inca conquest and founder of the capital of Ecuador. He met an Indian who spoke of a king that sprinkled his body with a fine gold dust before bathing in a sacred mountain lake. On hearing that, Belalcazar called the mysterious king El Dorado, the Golden Man. Today we know that man as George Hamilton. What's that near the well, Gage? Is that a South American mountain sloth? Be careful, they're rapid nappers. We have a lot of ground to cover, so if you get stuck, we can always time jump to another environment. Don't fret. I'll log the precise coordinates so when you choose to return, we'll appear exactly on the spot where we left.
Es ist wunderbar, wie man jetzt...
I think if I had a nose, I'd be holding it right now. We're in a stable of some sort. Some advice? Step gingerly while we're in here.
Hier gibt's nichts.
Gage, I don't see this town on our map. Why don't you ask the nice man sharpening the large scythe for directions?
Acheo, there you are. Son, I can tell by your drooping eyes that you were sleeping. Were you out late last night visiting the shaman again? Remember, you have many chores today. Harvesting the crops that Doawalpa provides our people is hard work. I cannot do it alone.
Father, what does the shaman do?
Lately, I would imagine that you know him better than I. Anyhow, the shaman is the one who speaks to the spirits. Son, I know you have been going to see him. It is good that you are interested in the stories of our people. But I cannot reap Doawalpa's bounty alone. I need your help. Don't worry. I'm not forbidding you from seeing the shaman. Just tend to your chores.
What is a Toahualpa?
Doawalpa is the greatest of the 4 elemental spirits. She is the earth, the strength of stone, and the wealth of soil. It is she who causes the ground to be fertile and the crops to grow. Next time you see the shaman, ask him to teach you more of the spirits.
Goodbye, Father.
Acheo, I'll see you at dinner. And don't take any more naps. You've daydreamed enough for today.
This is the farm plateau we visited earlier. We know that most of the fighting occurred over the temple of the Central Plateau. This is the farm plateau we visited earlier. We know that most of the fighting occurred over the temple of the Central Plateau. I think we should search there for the artifact. Judging from these fertile fields, I would say that the natives have mastered irrigation. Having seen the well system firsthand, I would guess that they're using underground aqueducts to bring water from the mountains. There's a sleeping boy over by the well. Go wake him up.
Good morning, Father. I was taking a short nap, but I'll be up and at those chores very, very soon.
Why haven't you done your chores yet, young man?
I couldn't sleep last night. I promise I'll do my chores, Father.
Goodbye.
Bye, Father. I'll have those chores done before dinner.
Und damit beginnt eine wundervolle Reise.
See those markings that carve across the mountains in the distance? Those remind me of the lines left behind by the Nazca Indians of Peru. In the arid plains nestled between Peru's Pacific coast and the Andean foothills, the Nazca left behind hundreds of mysterious intersecting lines that sprawled for miles over the landscape. The mystery of the Nazca lines was never solved. From the ground, the markings were too vast to be recognizable, but when viewed from the air, the lines form a baffling web of animal forms. Spiders, birds, and dozens of seemingly random geometric patterns. Some extreme theories claim that the lines were runways for alien ships, while other authorities suggested that the Nazca had created a remarkable astronomical calendar. A group of 20th century scientists attempted to prove that the Nazca lines were too precise to have been created without aerial views. They believed the Nazca used simple flying devices, and to prove this, the scientists succeeded in creating a balloon made from only natural resources. It appears that the El Dorado people have actually mastered ballooning. They may have shared the technology with the Nazca before their untimely demise. Those balloons rise along the rope rails to the other plateau. It actually looks very safe, but before we go, let me tell you a sad tale about a little balloon called the Hindenburg. Greedy explorers continued searching for El Dorado right up to the end of the 18th century, cutting a bloody trail of atrocities through South America. However, none would find the lost city. Disease, dissension, native resistance, and malnutrition would eventually decimate even the most well-prepared expeditions. That yellow sheet is gold leaf. Many ancient cultures discovered that gold was a very malleable metal. It could be pounded into very fine sheets that could be quickly and easily applied to almost anything to make it look golden. The pictograms on this mural speak of the conclusion of the great story. Many generations after the first shaman secured the totem in a secret place, the spirits of time and space would beseech a young warrior to save the totem from the brothers, return to claim the totem. However, the warrior would have to overcome the element guardians protecting the totem. The rest of the mural is unfinished, Gage. I assume that's what the scribe is working on now. The pictograms surrounding the mural speak of the great story in the first shaman. He was instructed by the spirits of time and space to hide one of the 3 totems of tremendous power from the fury of their powerful children, 2 winged brothers. To aid him with this task, he called upon the power of the element spirits. They showed him a secret place for the totem. Once the totem was hidden, the shaman bade the spirits to guard it, and they have ever since. After roughly translating the inscriptions, I believe that this mural is somehow depicting the path the first shaman took to hide the totem. I have a sneaking suspicion that the totem is the artifact that we're looking for, so we might want to learn all we can about this great story. In the center of the mural, the shaman boards a balloon and flies over the totem's resting place. In the next section, he hides the totem in the mouth of a coatl serpent surrounded by the elements. Sounds like we need to retrace the first shaman's path to find the totem's location. I would say the first step would be to hitch a ride on one of those high-flying balloons.
Mach ich.
Who's there? Ah, a chail. Well, I suppose I can take a few minutes of rest. What can I do for you, boy?
What are you working on?
Normally, I would be working on my pampas on a beautiful day like this. But today, I have the honor of finishing a story that has not had an ending for many generations.
Tell me the story.
It is the oldest story known to us. It is a long tale, Acheo, and unfortunately, I do not have long to tell it. You see the shaman often. Ask him about the great story when you see him next.
Why has the story never been finished?
All of the past shamans of our people have seen visions of the story, but the spirits have never revealed the ending. It has been unfinished for generations. But soon, we will know.
Pompous? What do you mean? I think you're quite modest.
No, no. The Pampas. The vast plains far below the plateaus of our city. All the stories told to me are recorded onto the Pampas. Imagine the sprawling flatlands below us as a great canvas where I draw the histories of the world.
How do you draw the histories?
With the help of the aviators and their balloons, I trace symbols and shapes across the face of Tolhopa, the earth. Each form and pattern, every line, all have meaning, revealing the secrets of history for those that stop to listen.
Who tells you the stories?
The shaman. He dreams his visions in the ritual of seeing, and then he confides to me what he has seen, so it can be chronicled for all of our people. You know Ualqua, our shaman. Ask him about such things when you see him again.
Okay, das war jetzt abrupt beendet, aber ich habe nichts gedrückt.
Goodbye.
Thank you for the visit, Acheo.
So.
Gage, hold my purse. I'm going to take a picture. The face on the pedestal with a toothy grin is a coatl. In mythology, it's a feathered serpent, similar to a dragon. See the cavity in its mouth? Coatl is a South American word for gingivitis.
So. Für heute soll es das aber erstmal sein.
Apparently that section of town isn't allowing visitors. It looks like there once was a balloon ferry system like the one at the other landing, but it seems to be recently removed. I don't think we'll be going over there.
Für heute war es erstmal. Ich wollte noch etwas vom ersten Level zeigen. Naja, was heißt vom ersten Level? Ich könnte jetzt in jedes andere springen. Aber ihr seht, es ist eigentlich sehr witzig gemacht. Auch mit Aber, der alle möglichen blöden Kommentare abgibt und so weiter. Aber ja. Ich sag schon mal vielen Dank fürs Einschalten. Ihr kennt den 3 mittlerweile. Wenn es euch gefallen hat oder auch nicht, lasst jeweils eine Bewertung da. Ich werde dieses Spiel wahrscheinlich auf meinem Twitch-Account streamen. Einfach, weil es Spaß macht. Und ja. Teilt es mal mit Freunden. Familie, Hund, Katze, Maus, Goldfisch oder Nachbarn, je nachdem, wem es gefallen könnte. Und schaut mal in meine anderen Videos rein. Da gibt es noch etliche andere Spiele. Vor allem in dieser Let's Show-Kategorie. Das sind dann nämlich die älteren Spiele, die ich so gefeiert habe und teilweise heute noch richtig feiere. Weil sie gut sind. Und ja. Dann sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal mit eurem Kersat.